this could have been prevented. This could have been prevented. Let's get into it.
The man accused of killing 19-year-old DaCara Thompson will face a judge for the first time.
Randy Ayala is outside the courthouse in Upper Marlboro with more on the suspect and what we're learning from the court documents. Good morning, Randy.
Yeah, good morning. Hugo Hernandez Mendez will face a judge for a bond hearing 1:15 this afternoon. The court will determine if he should remain behind bars. The 35-year-old is now charged with first and second degree murder. Now, county officials tell us that he is originally from Guatemala. He's been living in the country illegally. Investigators believe he killed DaCara Thompson inside his Bowie home early the morning of August 23rd, then drove her body to Route 50 between Route 424 and 97 in Annapolis and threw her over a bridge. The court documents show Hernandez Mendez told police he was at the Galaxy nightclub on University Boulevard. That's across the street from where DaCara was seen on surveillance video getting in his black SUV. Now, he claims he was supposed to meet his ex-girlfriend, but never did. He denied any involvement in DaCara's murder and then asked for a lawyer. Now, nonprofit Prince George's County, that's where DaCara worked, releasing a statement saying in part, quote, "We are devastated, hurt, saddened, and angry by this tragic and senseless loss. Our hearts and prayers are with DaCara's family and loved ones during this unimaginable time." Now, U.S. Park Police, we learned, arrested Hernandez Mendez back in April on a DUI charge. Prince George's County Executive Aisha Braveboy telling us he was not under an ICE detainer, and the federal government made the decision to release him pending his trial. Now, investigators have not said how DaCara was killed. We do know that a GoFundMe set up by her family with hopes of hiring a private investigator at the time has now reached more than $25,000, which the family says will now go towards funeral costs for DaCara. Of course, we'll be inside the courtroom. We'll let you know what happens later this afternoon. Back to you.
All right, Randy.
Absolutely crazy. Now, so if we remember from the last time, she willingly got into his vehicle. We don't know why she willingly got into his vehicle, but she did. And then drove away. And then he did the unthinkable, taking her life. We don't know how yet, but it's a very tragic situation. I still want to know the reason why she got into her vehicle. Did she know him? Was it something like, hate to say it, but was it something like prostitution? We don't know. I don't want to put any bad things on her name or anything like that. But why was she getting into that vehicle? A lot of questions. Maybe they were dating. We don't know. Well, we just got to wait to find out more information about it. Let's get over into the next one with her mother and see what this has to talk about.
She had just turned 19 years old prior to this unfortunate circumstance. She was working under Westmore's Maryland Year Service Corps option, whatever it's called, program. She had just completed a year-long internship in which she was very successful. She did a great job. She was a kind of an outgoing, soft-spoken, kind young lady. She was a free spirit. She was a good girl. She was a good kid. So there's been a lot of people disparaging her character on social media and things as such. Please don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you hear. Out of respect for the family and us grieving, please, approach everything with grace. We would appreciate that.
Ma'am, do you have any thoughts about this notion that this guy was arrested by Park Police and released back in April?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
This man, Mr. Hernandez Mendez,
yes,
was arrested by the United States Park Police for drunk driving in April 25th on the BW Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
He was subsequently released. There was no check of his immigration status or anything like that. There were no warrants at the time, no detainers. But he was in federal custody. And then he was released. He's in the country without
right.
And now they just filed.
I'm very disappointed, finding that out now, because we may not be here today if they did what they were supposed to do.
That's very understandable. Yes, there is a possibility that we would not have been here today if he was held, and then instead of getting released, he was gone to ICE detainership. But we're not there. Well, it's too late for that. But let's keep going into this video.
Is there any indication that the victim may have known this person or crossed paths with
Nope, that's a good question.
Let me again say that I just want to be clear, and out of respect for the family as well, anything, any questions regarding the nature of the investigation would be harmful to our investigation at this particular point. So I want to make sure that we don't delve into any of that information.
Okay.
I will say you asked a question earlier. As always, there'll be an autopsy that's performed as a part of the investigation.
Last questions, Katie.
Carmen, and then a follow-up from Madam State's Attorney. The family often has a long journey after a crime like this happens, and they have to relive the trauma as the case moves forward, and the victims have to outlive the crime itself. Is the family prepared for what's about to happen in the coming months and the grueling work of retelling the story, working with investigators, everything that's to come?
That's a tough question. That's a tough question because we know it's going to be extremely hard. We just ask that everybody pray for our strength through the process.
And Madam State's Attorney, the DC U.S. Attorney has blamed Maryland for crime in the district and for guns coming into the county. Have you seen any change recently given the surge in the district just across the border in Maryland, or anything that has been different after the national troops have been in the district?
All I'll say to that is that we continue to work with our law enforcement partners, both in Prince George's County and in the district, to make sure that that we're protecting the residents of this county. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Yep, tragic story. Gotta, like always, we gotta pray for the family, pray for anyone who's grieving. But there's still a lot of questions that have to be answered. So if we go over to one of the most recent articles I could find. So we'll look at this, just to update. The man who was accused, hold on, let's get over this. The man who was accused of killing the 19-year-old, I don't know what that video is on the side, but the man who was accused of killing the 19-year-old, DaCara Thompson, last month was held without bond after his first court appearance on Monday in Prince George, Maryland. Hugo Hernandez Martinez, 35, was charged in Thompson's murder on Friday after prosecution accused him of driving Thompson to his home in Bauer, killing her in the bedroom, and then leaving her body in a grassy area near Route 50. Let's see, I'm not good at names. In Anna County, investigators are still trying to put together the last hours of Thompson's life. According to the court document, surveillance video shows her park her SUV and walk into the parking lot near the Family Dollar store in Langley Park. She spoke to the driver of another vehicle, then got into the vehicle front passenger seat around 3 a.m. So yeah, those are the questions we have. Why did she get into that vehicle, and what exactly was going on? Court records indicate that Hernandez threw Thompson's body over the South River Bridge on Route 50, a drop of more than 30 feet, and that her family had numerous fractures. The motives of the murder are still under investigation, and the acting Prince George County Sheriff's State Attorney, Tara Jackson, says an autopsy is pending. So he was arrested in the 12,000 block of Cambridge Drive, where he is a renter, and authorities believe Thompson was killed there and her body was moved. Absolutely crazy. There are some sick human beings in this world. And ladies, you have to be careful. You have to be careful of who you interacting with, who you're getting in the car with, because you never know what can happen. But we'll keep up with this to see any more information, because I truly want to know why she was getting in the car. That's the question I have. Why was she getting in the car? And the main question is, why was she getting in the car? And did they have a prior relationship? It's a lot of things to think about. But let me know if you disagree with anything I said. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. Let me know if you think it was just a random killing. Just let me know your thoughts, everybody. Let me know your thoughts. All right, everybody. Remember, this is AC Reviews the Word. Remember to like and subscribe.